Let's talk about on this video on one important thing from you could say it from the mindset or philosophical view of why all of a sudden SEO is important again. All right. Remember, SEO is something that we used to do back in 2003, 2004. So this is like 20 plus years. So now why is back? Why is important? All right. So I want to mention four four particular reasons why it makes a lot of sense now to invest on the positioning of your website on Google and the other search engines. Number one is because AI, we know that AI is basically taking over, right? And what is going to happen very soon, very soon, is that basically browsers are going away. What people are going to do is they're going to get a chat box, could be ChatGPT, Gemini, any of those, Grok, and they're going to use the chat box for everything, including having a conversation. Example, we're going to do an example of a We Buy Houses website. So uh, let's just use this real life example. I went here to Gemini, and let's say I'm a user and I'm having problems with a property. I want to sell it for cash. So this is what I did. I say, hey, I need to sell my house fast in Port St. Lucie, Florida for cash, right? So I just type that, but it can be a variation of that. But basically what the chat box will do is going to search online. It's going to tell me about the subject and it's going to suggest, look at this, local cash investors. It's going to give me the solution. This one or PSL Home Buyers LLC, right? So, and right now it's just giving me the name of the company. But what is going to happen next is you're going to be able to tell Gemini, hey, I want to go ahead and search who can be a buyer for my house quick for cash, a company that I can sell it in the next 10 days or 14 days. Make sure that they are legit and they are a good company. Find me the best and go ahead and submit my property. Okay, so the chat box right now is telling me this. Hey, they are these guys, right? But in the future, the chat box is gonna go here to this website and it's gonna submit the property and wait for an offer. All right. So as you can see, it's key to be able to show up here on the AI chat box. How did it do it? So let's go in. This actually is the company that if you were to search, let's do it. We buy houses PSL or Port St. Lucie. We buy houses Port St. Lucie. These are the sponsor ads. These are the local ads. And right here on the organic is PSL Home Buyers, which is the website that the chat box is suggesting. You see? So right there, that's why it's extremely important. Look at this, PSL Home Buyers LLC. Okay? So even though this website was not optimizing for the chat box because it's number one on Google, then Gemini says, hey, this guy probably is a legit provider of this service. Therefore, right there, that's the reason why, on top of all the other benefits of ranking number one on Google, is because this is the future. You always want to do your activities in business with one foot today on what's going on today and another one in the future. So this is, if you set rank number one on Google, you're gonna get immediate results today. But you are also realizing that hey, what is coming is the chat boxes like Gemini, ChatGPT, Grok, they're gonna take over. And so, all right, so that's one of the reasons why it's important. Is today, but it's also the future. Right? So AI uses search results and citations. All right, so I think that I made my point. AI will just it's very important to use SEO, and AI uses SEO. So right, that's key. Now, another reason to do SEO is the low cost per lead. Once you do a good campaign, once you rank your website, you're gonna have unlimited low cost inbound leads that are and these are leads that are the best type of leads because they go to Google, on Google, and they search a solution, so they are extremely motivated. Those are the leads that you want. And the problem is a lot of people uh, have decided in the past, let's say you can use Facebook ads, pay per click. The problem with pay per click is that it gives you a result today in exchange of money, immediate money. So that sounds good, but the problem is you don't build your business long term. All right, that's a mistake. You gotta do both. Yes, if you have enough budget, you can do PPC plus SEO, but long term SEO is something that many entrepreneurs they just miss that point. They miss the building the website for long term, and I mentioned that on my previous in my previous video. I've been about 10 years spending money on PPC, and immediately it's like basically being a cocaine addict because you get the result immediately. I create a campaign today. I'm already on the sponsor ads today, and maybe today or tomorrow I already have leads. That sounds really good. However, because it sounds so good that you forget that you got to build the business long term. Okay, so and that's my third point right here. Long term is that you position your brand as your local brand, as a business that is a legit business. Because next thing you know, 10 years went by, and the entrepreneur who spent money on SEO and understand branding, that entrepreneur will have a solid business 10 years later, where the community knows about you. They know that you are a solution for your local market. All right, but if you just spend the money on PPC and never you forget about building the long term brand of the business, that's a mistake. That's why I went through that. I did 10 years of PPC, did not build my brand. Big mistake, big mistake. So now I wanna make a strong point that it's important to build the brand. All right, and on the 4 point, same thing on the same line. Once you build the brand, it's a solid business. It's a sellable business. 5 years from today, 10 years from today, 20 years from today. If you build a brand, including SEO, of course, SEO systems, if you build it, now you can pass it to your kids. They have a solid business to come and work. All right, or you can sell the business. But if you don't work on building the brand, building the SEO, then you miss that opportunity. All right, so I thought I would make a video focusing on why SEO is something that used to be 20 years ago. Why are we talking about SEO again? It's because hey, it's present, and it's also a way to build your brand long term.